if nothing is quite what it seems? That everything you think you know is just a game?
Time to get our hands dirty. This war was a lie.
There is no truth, only who you choose to believe.
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and we have some breaking news. Just as I went ahead and said that this week was going to be a bit of a slow week for news, all of a sudden we got a massive dump of information. First off, Prestige mode is confirmed for Black Ops Cold War, and we'll be seeing a full blog post explaining it tomorrow. But as of today, we have a full blog post on how the Warzone integration is going to work with Black Ops Cold War, and even better, we got the Season 1 roadmap for the game as well. Season 1, of course, starts in December, and also as a reminder, you can preload Black Ops Cold War tonight on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One at 9 p.m. Pacific. But before we jump into the breakdown, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because about 70% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So make sure you guys are getting notifications every time I update you on Black Ops Cold War. But also thank you so much for the incredible support on yesterday's video. I'm really happy that it resonated really well with you guys. But with the Season 1 roadmap, first off, we have Nuketown 84 for Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. So just like with Black Ops 4, we aren't going to see Nuketown right away at release, but it'll end up dropping a little over a week later on November the 24th. Now, Season 1's official start date is actually December the 10th, so the release of Nuketown 84 is a bit separate from that, which is awesome, and they of course emphasize free content all across the board. Now, taking a look at Nuketown 84 in more detail, you can see some graffiti all around the bus on the Nuketown sign, so we could presume that the map will look very similar to the original Black Ops 1 Nuketown, just with that 80s graffiti aesthetic, which I'm a big fan of, considering they already did a Cold War focused Nuketown back in Black Ops 4. But now with Season 1, which features content for both Black Ops Cold War and Warzone, it did confirm more multiplayer maps and modes. And you can see in the background where Woods is, you can see a food court, which I think is awesome. He's also holding a briefcase, so I wonder if this is going to be some type of heist-like mode where money is involved. You know, a little bit different from VIP, I would presume, but I love how Food Court is a multiplayer map, presumably a mini-mall map of some sort, which I think is great. Will definitely fit that 80s theme, and it reminds me of Black Ops 1, how that game just had such an incredible variety of unique maps set in some very familiar locations that a lot of us out there enjoyed for a multiplayer experience. So I love how they're going back to that level of creativity and not taking things too seriously. But they also confirmed 2v2 gunfight is in fact returning for Modern Warfare. It was of course very successful throughout the Modern Warfare season, and we of course saw the 2v2 gunfight alpha last year, which had a lot of people interested, so I'm not surprised they're bringing that back. They also confirmed new weapons, that's not a surprise, but new zombies modes, that's what really interests me, since I'm not really surprised they're going to be doing modes right away for zombies, considering we have crossplay this time around, which always ensures a healthy player base, so I don't really have to play it safe where they'll do one mode at a time just to make sure the player base doesn't get split up. We're gonna have people from all types of platforms all playing with each other at once, so more power to them. They can double down on as many modes as they want to do. I love that. I wonder what the modes are though. We already have a packed launch with the Machina. We're gonna be seeing Onslaught zombies in Black Ops Cold War multiplayer for PlayStation, of course, so let's see what other modes they introduce, right? Maybe a new version of Grief Returned. That's always a possibility, they said, and much more, along with a classified Warzone experience, which you can clearly see is Rebirth Island, based on the teaser we could see over there on the right. But Season 1 sounds insane. I'm surprised they already dropped the roadmap for a Season 1 from a game that hasn't even released yet. But don't forget, preload your game tonight if you digitally pre-ordered, and if you're getting your hands on some next-gen consoles, definitely ensure you preload the game right when you open those consoles. But now when it comes to the Warzone integration, I'm really happy they went in detail with player progression, operator selection, even the Battle Pass integration. There's a lot to break down from this, but as a reminder too, the new Prestige system, which we're going to learn about tomorrow, will also be available in Modern Warfare as soon as this December. So the unification of Black Ops Cold War and Warzone 100% includes Modern Warfare in so many aspects, in the case that you guys prefer that game over Black Ops Cold War, which is great news for everybody in the community who has their preference of what game they want to play this year. So with player progression, you have to check the barracks perks menu of each title for a new change. Your enlisted ranks, level 1 to 55, are now known as military ranks. These will be fully synchronized between all 3 games, beginning at launch for Black Ops Cold War players and in Season 1 for Modern Warfare and Warzone players. This universal progression system means that you can level up and obtain XP no matter which of the titles you are playing. Progress in the usual manner by playing multiplayer modes, completing challenges in either Black Ops Cold War or Modern Warfare, and Warzone matches. In addition, Black Ops Cold War Zombies shares the same progression too, so you'll be able to level up no matter how you play. Just think about that for a second. You can rank up in any manner that you want, playing any one of these games and any one of these modes. That's just incredible news all around, and we kind of already knew that, but the detail sounds even better. Now, there is player progression reset, so to synchronize player progression across all 3 games, your initial military rank will be reset within Modern Warfare and Warzone at the start of Black Ops Cold War Season 1. This reset is synchronized to your current progression level in Black Ops Cold War when Season 1 begins, but as they said, don't worry, only your XP is reset. Everything you've previously unlocked remains available, such as weapons, perks, and kill streaks in Modern Warfare, for example. Now, the player progression continues with the seasonal prestige leveling. Your seasonal officer progression is now known as season levels, which incorporates a seasonal prestige leveling system. These are fully synchronized between all 3 games. As you begin season leveling, expect an updated interface to this leveling system. Seasonal progression has been updated with aspects of the traditional prestige system, allowing players to unlock and use rewards, including some incredibly cool legacy player identity items from the world of Black Ops. Kind of similar to Black Ops 3, where once you pass Master Prestige, you were able to use World at War, Black Ops 1, and even Black Ops 2 Prestige icons. Now, they also said leveling in Black Ops Cold War, Warzone, or Modern Warfare all count towards your season leveling and Prestige level. The preferred way to Prestige is by playing Black Ops Cold War thanks to challenges focused on Black Ops Cold War gameplay, XP events, and other advantages planned throughout the season. Remember that a large proportion of this content is earnable or simply free just by playing one or all of the 3 games. Get the full deep dive into the Black Ops Cold War Prestige system tomorrow over at the Treyarch blog. I'll of course be breaking that down in a separate video tomorrow, and I'm excited that they essentially answered the community's prayers, which is to somehow merge the classic Prestige system with what's been working for Modern Warfare, which is the officer rank system. I know a lot of people have been vocal that they're not a fan of the officer ranking for Modern Warfare, but for whatever reason, Activision seems to love it. It seems to be providing some type of positive statistic to them behind the scenes, which is why they're keeping it, but they haven't forgot about Prestige. They are going to bring that back, and I can't wait to hear more about it. Now, when it comes to the weapons, every weapon you've unlocked in Modern Warfare, as well as every weapon you're going to unlock in Black Ops Cold War, is planned to continue to be available in Warzone. This includes blueprint variants, primaries, secondaries. The current plan is that they're not going to remove any weapon from Warzone at all. Everything will be in Warzone, which is absolutely insane. That just means that creative class videos are going to be more popular, right? There's going to be so many weapons you can juggle around with to see what's working best throughout a particular season. The meta for Warzone will also be changing from time and time again as they introduce new weapons into Black Ops Cold War. Now, they went ahead and said in the Warzone weapons menu, look for visible Black Ops and Modern Warfare logos on every weapons menu so that you can immediately tell where your armament originated. When you earn or unlock a new weapon in Black Ops Cold War, it immediately appears for use in Warzone. So as an example, they show both versions of the AK-47 on the gunsmith table. One's from Modern Warfare and one's from Black Ops Cold War. So yes, you can essentially have 2 different versions of the same weapon that you can use at any point throughout your Warzone gameplay. Now, you're also able to level up a weapon in Warzone that originated from Black Ops Cold War, and same goes for the weapons from Modern Warfare as we've been used to. It's very simple. At the start of Season 1, Modern Warfare's perks, equipment, field upgrades, and kill streaks will still remain in Warzone, and yes, in case you guys are wondering, Damascus and Obsidian are still available as you play Warzone throughout the Black Ops Cold War integration. But here's the thing, you can only use those 2 camos in Warzone, not in Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. Now, nothing really changed with the operators. It's quite simple. You'll be able to continue using using Modern Warfare operators in Warzone, and you can use whatever Black Ops Cold War operators they introduced to that game in Warzone as well. You just can't use Modern Warfare operators in Black Ops Cold War multiplayer or Black Ops operators in Modern Warfare multiplayer. The only exception is Frank Woods, who is of course a digital pre-order bonus, which you can use in Modern Warfare multiplayer and Warzone, of course. That's the only exception there, but with operators, things are staying quite simple, right? You're just going to have a massive selection of weapons and operators once the integration ends up happening in December. Now, when it comes to the Battle Pass, this is what really surprised me. So essentially, nothing is changing with Warzone. They're not removing anything that's too important from Warzone. Everything is staying exactly the same, and if you continue buying content in Modern Warfare through the item shop, you can still use it in Warzone. But here's the crazy thing. You can actually level up the Black Ops Cold War Battle Pass by playing Modern Warfare multiplayer, so that's pretty surprising. They're still keeping Modern Warfare as active as possible, even when Black Ops Cold War is the focus this time around. And yes, you can level up the Black Ops Cold War Battle Pass by playing whatever mode you want, including Warzone. Now, they made it clear that when it comes to the in-game store, nearly all content from the Black Ops Cold War store is usable in Warzone, but all items will be clearly labeled. For example, the Confrontation Weapons Pack that you get on day one of Black Ops Cold War's release is only usable in Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, not Warzone. Maybe they'll change that in the future, but yes, they will also make clear when certain content is not available for all modes, but for the most part, nearly everything will be. Now, lastly, when it comes to cross-title access, this honestly surprised me because they're already going above and beyond with what I consider is the highlight of Call of Duty this year. They're going beyond cross-play, cross-progression, and cross-generation. We now have cross-title access, so regardless of what platform your friends are playing on, and even regardless of what game they're playing, whether it's Black Ops Cold War or Modern Warfare, you'll be able to invite your friends and navigate to whatever title you want very easily. Whether your friends are on Modern Warfare and you invite them to a game of zombies, you can do that very easily. So this is honestly huge, right? This is probably the biggest update that Call of Duty has ever gotten when it comes to how you navigate through the menus and how you can play with anybody you want that's on any one of the platforms. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think about the early reveal of Season 1 and all the information we discussed about the Warzone integration? As a huge reminder, the Warzone integration will not be taking effect until December the 10th, which is when Season 1 begins, but at the very least, we'll be seeing Nuketown 84 in Black Ops Cold War multiplayer in just a few weeks on November the 24th, and yes, everything we discussed today will in fact be free. But that is about it. Be on the lookout for a video tomorrow going in full detail about the new Prestige system once their blog post releases. That is about it, and peace out, everyone.